Scotty B.
It's sports talk with Scotty Burrell.
Either you can or you don't want.
It's sports talk with Scotty Burrell.
We go hard in the paint, homeboy, you better bring it. Sports talk, a conversation with Coach Scotty Burrell. Either you can or you don't want. Now, here's your host, Coach Scotty Burrell.
All right, welcome to Sports Talk. I'm Coach Scotty Burrell. I like to say either you can't or you don't want. I know you athletes really like to share some of these stories about baseball. It's new to me. I do know a little bit about baseball, but maybe you can enlighten me a little bit more about the intangibles of baseball. Welcome to a special edition of Sports Talk with me, Scotty Burrell. Tonight is the history being made. This is our first baseball show. My first ever baseball show. St. Martin Parish Showcase, featuring the Breaux Tigers, the Cecilia Bulldogs, and the St. Martinville Tigers. All right, it's the new season, a fresh start, and a lot of big expectations. Let's bounce into it. But first, we got a guest speaker, a former Breaux High graduate of 2015. He signed to play with the Southern Jags out of Baton Rouge in 2015. Drafted by the Giants in 2019, played some minor league ball with the Tri-City Valley Cats down in New York City. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Breaux High graduate, Gabriel Williams. The other thing, let's kind of enlighten some of these high school kids about a little bit about college ball and if they got aspiration for being a pro baseball player.
Well, first and foremost, I'm Javian Williams, first base coach for Breaux High School. I went to Breaux High School from 2012 to 2015, where I played under Coach Gabe and Coach Kyle Cormier. I was a center fielder and a right fielder as well. I was blessed to get a scholarship my senior year, going to my senior year to Southern University, where I was a four-year veteran. I played center field, batted 4-4 my senior year. And then in 2019, I got a call from the San Francisco Giants, and I got drafted in the 22nd round. I spent 3 years with them, got up to high A, which was in Eugene, and it was just an amazing experience. I was able to meet all kind of guys in the professional. I met all kind of guys in professional baseball. I played against a lot of guys that you see now, like Julio Rodriguez or Corbin Carroll. I also played with some guys that made their debut, kind of like Grant McCray and Tyler Fitzgerald. So it was an amazing experience to play. In 2022, I got released, and then I ended up signing with the team out of Indiana, the Garrisore Railcats. I played a year with them. Then after that, I went play in Canada for a team called the Winnipeg Gold Eyes. And then after that, I spent my last 2 years before I decided to retire in New York with the Tri-City Valley Cats, where I also batted close to 300 as well. And the things I want to talk about is coming back here and now being with the younger cats is just to tell them to shoot for the stars. I mean, the sky is the limit. You never know what opportunity presents itself. So I always tell y'all to make the best of it. I talk to my guys all the time just to let them know how the professional ball is. It's a great experience. I'm grateful for it, but at the same time, it's a grind. We're at the field for about 8 to 10 hours sometimes, doing field work. Well, not field work, sorry, doing practice, interviews, treatment. So it's a grind. And the thing I want them to understand is if you really want it, then you really have to put in the effort now, because they have guys all over the world, not just the parish, not just the state, not just the country, but all over the world trying to get where y'all want to be. And that's the big needs. So, that's just a little bit about my story. Obviously, I'll have more, but I don't want to bore y'all to death. So that's a little bit about me.
Well, let's talk a little bit about college. How was different playing college baseball than high school baseball?
The competition obviously is more advanced. You're playing everybody's best player from high school. You don't really have guys that, in a sense, are just downsized. Everybody's always at the next level. You have great pitchers, you have great hitters, you have great defenders. Sometimes your slow rollers that you hit in high school, those are not going to be hits in college, and that's okay. Sometimes that pitch that you think is your best pitch, that you think you get everybody out with, guys going to hit that. And once again, that's okay. And then on top of that, the ball comes faster. Whether you're defending, whether you're hitting, it comes faster. Even pitching, because the extra velo's up.
Wow. Well, I could just imagine. I never played baseball, but I could just imagine that ball whistling coming through there. So, any memory that you can share with these guys that was so memorable for you?
My guys will get annoyed about this because I talk about it all the time. But I think my favorite memory, obviously from high school, is obviously just playing with my guys. But it's not. I'm not really like, I can't really remember high school that much. But college had to be in the regional. We ended up playing Mississippi State in Miami. I was able to go 6 for 6, 3 doubles. I think I got out one time, and those were the sack fly with base loaded.
Wow, absolutely great story. Anything else you'd like to share with me?
Go Tigers.
Yeah, the day great. Thank you, Dan. Watch this thing here. Look, they throwing up. We're going to start with you guys. We're going to start off with the Breaux Tigers. Ladies and gentlemen, Breaux Tigers, their baseball. I shouldn't say coach, it's a manager, right? Am I right? Or should y'all call it coach? What y'all call him? All right, well, we going to go coach and manager. Gabe, come here. Give him a big round of applause. Come on, everybody. Go ahead. Nice listener. Man, coaching staff is Kyle Cormier, Javian Williams, obviously, and Tyler Thibodeau. So, Coach, let's dive right into it, man. How's it going? Did you have a first game yet?
Yes, our first game, we played Monday night against Port Barry, and we won 6-1.
Wow, how was that in your assessment of the first game? How was that in your opinion?
It's always good to get a win, especially the first game, but we still have things that we need to work on.
Obviously, the beginning of the season. Look, let's dive in. Last year, you had a decent team. You went into the playoff. You exited out in the second round. Am I correct? So, what did the team learn from this playoff loss last year, losing out in the second round?
Well, I told the guys after we lost that we probably lost to the eventual state champion, and sure enough, North Dakota won it all.
Yeah.
And I always think it's good to see the team that is the best for you to be able to strive to become the best.
Wow, absolutely, Coach. So what areas you think you needed to focus on coming into this season?
I'm gonna answer this differently because I know you're probably looking for, offense, defense, but we don't measure our success on how many wins we have. We're not gonna measure our success on how far we go in the playoffs. I told this to our parents in our parent meeting, and I'll tell this to everyone. I'll be able to answer that question for you in 10 to 15 years from now. Are they good husbands, good citizens, good fathers? And from the kids we have, we'll be successful because of that, because I know they'll be good citizens, good husbands, and good fathers.
Man, that's a fine statement, because I like to say that too in my podcast. Coaches go recruit the athlete. They recruit the player first, and then they find out what type of athlete you are, because I don't care how good you swing the bat. If you're not a great person, it's going to clash. But I understand what you're saying is these guys, and when you're going to see them later on 10, 20 years from now, you're going to see a great father, a great educator, a great community person. So let's dive into some of the pitching, Coach. How have your pitching staff developed since this season, off season? It's only game one. So so far, how do you feel about your pitching staff?
I feel good about it. I think we have a number of guys who can be competitive out there. We have guys that had experience last year, playoff experience. So I think that's something that you can't beat. Monday night, Kane Arguin was a senior for us. Came in and finished the game for us. And Bryce Malasol, who's a junior, started for us and went 4 innings for us. And they wasn't at their best, but we don't expect them to be at their best early in the year. And again, we have some other guys too. We got Ben Ellender, Evan Terrio, Hayden Stelly. We got other guys that we can depend on to help us out. We also got Christian Camacho, Chase Broussard. So we're going to depend on those guys. And what a lot of people don't realize until you're actually in there, it takes more than 2 or 3 guys, because when you make a deeper in the playoffs, now it's the best 2 out of 3 when you get to that third game, right? You got to better have guys that can throw strikes, and those guys that I named, I think that we can rely on them, and they'll be able to throw strike stars, which is the key.
Well, you're absolutely right. I do watch baseball, and I was teasing when I said I'm not too much of a baseball guy, but doing the playoffs and doing the college playoffs and all that, I do follow a lot. And pitching is a big part of, obviously, a pitcher, a point guard, a quarterback is one of the most important person on the team. So what identity will we see from the Breaux Tigers this year? What identity you would say you have?
Aggressive competitors, hard nose.
Right.
Do the little things right. I tell the guys all the time. We won Monday night because of that water bottle that was in the clubhouse and someone picked it up. That's why we won.
Wow,
It's nothing to do with
Say that
physical.
again, Coach. Why did you win?
Because of that water bottle that was sitting down on the floor in the clubhouse. I'm not sure who picked it up, but somebody picked it up. It may have been a senior, because, again, whether you're a senior, junior, sophomore, or freshman, you see it, you pick it up. That's why we won.
Man, I hear what you're saying.
And I want to also, I kind of want to brag on this. There's a book that we're reading, and the first chapter of the book, I should have brought it, was Making Your Bed. We have 19 varsity guys. They all send me a picture Monday morning. We had 19 guys that made their bed.
Wow.
Start off with a victory in the morning. And I told them when we were in the huddle, I said, I know we're going to have a good game because we already had 1 win. We had 19 guys fix their bed in the morning.
That is amazing. I mean, honestly, you're right, because they have programs, and you probably would have said, well, 1 or 2 won't complete the task, but that showed the unity that you guys done already started. So that it's amazing. Let's talk a little bit about defense. Defense is one of the key components in all sports, basketball, football. How important is defense for your team this season?
Like you said, it's number one. If you can't play defense and you can't pitch, you won't be successful, especially at the high school level. And like we've already talked about the pitching piece of it too. And I did forget to mention one of our seniors, Sam Ormenthal, who's actually got hurt yesterday in practice, but hopefully he's out just a few games. But I think we have good pieces out there. We still need to get better defensively. And it takes work. It takes work and just trusting the defense, but more importantly, being able to throw strikes.
Well, that's the key to defense. I used to tease with some coaches, and they would say, man, defense is my offense is my defense. Yeah, but when it comes time to offenses match each other, you have no defense, and then you're on the losing end. But I definitely understand what you're saying. What young players you feel that are stepping into bigger roles?
We do have and I tell the guys all the time. I said, the starting lineup that we start with the first game, I've been there 27 years. I don't think that in 27 years that same lineup has been at the end of the year. But one guy that we have a sophomore starting for us right now in left field, Kyle Lalonde, and I think he's going to be a really good player. He's one of Coach Javian's guys out there in the outfield, and I think he's going to be a really good player for us in the future. He's a sophomore. But like I said, we have a whole bunch of guys that have playoff experience from last year that I think is going to help. So for now, we have the sophomore Kyle Lalonde starting. We also have Charlie Frederick, who's also a sophomore, but he played a little bit last year, or actually a lot for us last year. Again, experience is invaluable. That's something
Absolutely.
we have to have that.
Yeah, it makes your job easier as a coach when you can get a kid, especially he know the program, been in the program for a minute, and he can understand what you were bringing to the table. What also has impressed you the most in this preseason?
I think our commitment and our seniors. And I can't tell you how much I love those guys. And I tell him that often, and you know, I've changed so much over the years, probably in the past 3 or 4 years. And if an ex-player like Javen, he's like, man, coach, I can't believe how much you changed. I hug those guys and I tell them I love them. The seniors have been a great example for the younger guys. They've been a great example for the program, and we just want the best for them this year.
Well, I can hear it in your voice, man. And that's why we coach the game. And you said it a minute ago, a lot of coaches coach for wins and all. Like, I got 5 state championships, I got this. No, but I'm like you. I want that kid to walk away and shake my hand and say, hey man, I love you. And I love you back, because we are their mentor when the parents are not there. We are a father figure.
I couldn't have said it better, because I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first started, it was about wins, and I wanted to because a lot of people measure you on your wins.
Absolutely,
how many state championships, how many district championships, of course, how many 20-win seasons you have, but that doesn't bother me anymore, because I know what we have for our program is going to help these guys when they get out in the real world.
Man, you're correct. Because, you know, I guess I got into it differently. I was a CSAP coach. So in other words, I was there to help people, and you were there. I was coaching the girls at that time. So it was a wonderful experience for me. This is why I continue at the education system. So how competitive is the Parish going to be, in your opinion, this year?
I think it's going to be very competitive. Obviously, Coach Jamie and Cecilia, a funny fact that probably no one knows me, but me and Coach Jamie, we coached together years ago when we were in college at the park. He coaches Cecilia, I coached at Breaux, and we ended up coaching the All-Star team together. And this was Andy Chance, Justin Gilbo, and we've become best of friends. And I admire the job that he does, because for him being in this profession so long and being a head coach, and this is just my 4th year, I admire the things that he does, because it's not easy. He always has his guys ready, and our guys know that. And I think Coach Dustin at St. Martinville is doing a phenomenal job. We actually saw him in a scrimmage and at the Jamboree, and he's building the program back up. And I think that's great, because when you have 3 schools in the parish that are doing well baseball, it makes everyone better.
It makes it fun, too. It makes the rivalry fun, because you see it in football, you see it in basketball, even in volleyball now. The crowds are coming out, and he graduated in the 80s. Most of the sports, all the games, that's all we had growing up. You know, now they have so many other things. The kind of conflict, you can watch the game at home, but just being there in the moment is awesome, man. We want to bring a couple of players. Anybody that you want to bring up here, Coach?
The amount of the 5 seniors come up?
No, we'll bring them up here. We'll ask you and David, anything else you want to touch on?
No, I want to, I guess, lack of a better word, shout out to, I don't even want to say my coaching staff, because this is not my program. This is our program. So I'm
Yeah, are you hired? I like to work with you.
You know, obviously, Coach Kyle Cormier, who I was his assistant for 23 years, and he's someone I look up to. He was a mentor towards me, and he actually has come back the last 2 years and helped out. And obviously, I can't speak enough about Javen and Tyler Thibodeau. Both those guys played for us, and they're going to be phenomenal coaches. They're already better than me now, but they're better people.
Yeah, well, you know, I say this. Every head coach has a good or great staff, because you're just as good as your coach. You're not going to be any better if they're not going to pick you up or have that little intangible that you're missing in the course of the game. So that's a lot. So let's bring these guys up here. And man, thank you guys, Javen. Thank you for speaking. Hey, Coach, always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Man, let's give them a round of applause, and we'll bring the Ravens High Kelly that he has introduced.
Og det kan være den nye halvside.
Good coach. Just one to what? Let's get coaches.
One of y'all stand out.
Look, I was game. All right, guys. We got 5 seniors. Just come on across here. We got 3 mics. We're gonna split the mics, and we're gonna start off in the far corner over there. Make sure it's on for you, young man. There we go. All right, pick it up over there, young man. We want you guys to introduce yourself. We all know you guys are seniors. Just tell us who you are and what position you play. Starting with you, coming this way.
My name's Sam Armitar. I'm a senior, number 9. I play a shortstop, and was kind of my last year for baseball. Last year playing baseball, just trying to go out with a bang.
All right, next, young man.
My name is Kanan Ordwin. I'm a pitcher and I DH.
My name is Cameron Terry. I'm number 7. I play second base, and I love to throw there.
My name's Aiden Stelly, and I'm number 14. I'm a pitcher, and I think we're gonna have a really successful season with the team we have.
I'm Ben Allender, number 4, and I catch a pitch.
All right, welcome to Sports Talk, guys. I'm Coach Scotty Burrell. I am a former alumni of Breaux High also, and I was the girls' coach. If you go up in the corner in the banner, I was one of the coaches there, just in case. But look, we want to dive in. Any one of you guys can answer the question. Maybe we can split them through. What has been your personal focus for this off season? What has been one of you guys' personal focus? Anybody want to answer that question?
Obviously doing the little things right, and just continue to compete, because you never know when your opportunity could be called, and just make the best of it when it happens.
Anybody else would like to share what their personal focus on this off season was?
Yeah, just competing every day, doing my best, working hard every day to play every season.
Right, okay. How does it feel representing your school in this Parish showcase here on Sports Talk? Anybody want to share that? When Coach said we're going to do a little show, what went through your mind? What was going on? Who was that and what it is, huh?
You know, it felt great. You know, we don't, like Coach said, we don't do this, so coming out here to represent Breaux High School feels awesome.
Well, we're going to try to catch a few baseball games, obviously. Get in there, make sure we support you guys. So, what was one of the goals you set for yourself, and one of the goals that you set for the team goal? Anybody want to answer that?
A personal goal for myself is just to play hardest, play the best that I can for my capabilities, and for our team, just to make sure everybody plays hard, keep everybody in check, and just to make sure we have fun most of the world.
Anybody else want to share on their personal goals?
One of my personal goals was to work hard and be a good mentor to the freshmen and make sure they follow in the same track as the programs.
All right. Now, one thing I want to say, don't forget to make your beds tomorrow morning. Don't forget now. Coach want to see that picture tomorrow morning. All right? Don't send him the same picture.
Oh, we don't.
He just said, don't send him the same picture. All right. What makes this team special, guys, in your opinion?
You know, Coach introduced this to us with pizza, and for some of y'all that don't know what that is, it's just seeing someone succeed and play over you and still have a love for living. You know, see them go far, and it's the best for them.
And y'all have a brotherhood. I could see that you guys probably spend a lot of time away from baseball. Am I correct? You could just tell. So, why should the fans be excited about you guys this season? Let's tell them why they should be excited about you guys and why they should come on out and support the Tykes.
The fans this year will see a competition, win or loss. It's still going to be a great game, and I think just the players are really good players, and not only baseball-wise, but good people, and that's a good environment to be in, and just a good place to be at Breaux High School.
Man, you guys are seniors. How you guys setting the tone for this season so far? Game 1 was just yesterday, but coming in, starting off with game 1 with a big win, how you guys think you're setting the tone?
I mean, it's more off the field, just with practice, making sure that all our teammates are on the same page, and that we're really setting a example for the younger players and generations. So, I mean, that's really just the biggest thing.
All right, so I'm going to put y'all on the spot. You just have to make sure the mic is turned and pointed that way, the bottom is Steve.
Okay.
There we go. We have it done. All right, we got one last question before we go to break. Who want to show me one of the friendliest moments with Coach gave you? Who want to intimidate him? Can't get it out. Well, who want to tell me something funny about Coach Dave?
I don't know if he knows this, but I think all 5 of us the past 4 years I've been TPing at his house every single night for homecoming week, and he's only fought us once. So he called us the Thursday this year, but all 4 years he's never called us. So
Hey, chat, leave it out there. I'll tell you my address. I found out who's right. Man, we want to thank you guys for coming out. Man, we wish you the best of luck this season. Also, good luck in your senior year. I hope everything goes well for you guys. We're going to take a break and we're going to come right back. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Breaux High School baseball tiger.
yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are live back Sports Talk. We just finished up our segment with the Breaux Tigers and head coach Gabe Cormier and our guest speaker Jamie and Williams. Let's give them another round of applause. Thank you guys. And to see everything that come up. Appreciate it. One thing I can say, guys, I want to say this. I've done a lot of shows with young ladies, and I just love the way they carry themselves and speak. You guys did an outstanding job, Breaux Tigers. So I can see why Coach Gabe is giving y'all all the compliments that you guys deserve. Great job. So now we're going to move forward to team number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome head coach Destin LeBlanc and the St. Martinville Tigers. Let's give them a hand, please. All right, Coach. The coaching staff is Archie Smith, Ashlyn Smith, and Nick Gary, and Kurt Barra. Man, Coach, welcome, man. Thank you for coming to Sports Talk.
Thank you for having me.
I guess you must have said, well, let's say this. Coach said, I called you back because I thought you was a scam caller when you called. Let's talk about it. You thought I was scamming you, huh?
Yeah, you kind of caught me off guard on that one. I wasn't sure. I was like, huh? And then I heard your conversation and I put the phone down. And a couple minutes later, I'm like, let me call it back.
Man, I'm glad you did, man. My first ever baseball show, so thank you guys for coming out again. But we just want to set the tone for the year, introduce you guys, and let's talk about baseball, man. It's your first year there, right?
Yes, sir. This is my very first year.
All right.
Well,
so,
I was an assistant coach for 3 years, and this is my first year as head coach.
Head coach. So it's been a couple of years you guys have been in the playoff, right? So you're trying to set the tone. So how can you get these guys back to play? What is the message for you to these guys to try to start building that program back into a playoff contender?
I think our game last night says it all. Being able to punch back. In the past, we would receive a punch and just shut down. Let them kind of, sometimes we would fold. Let them run runs on us and give up. Last night was one punch, and then we came back in the third and punched 3 and then they responded with 3. And then we came back and responded, and then they came back and responded. I mean, all night long, it was a 1-punch, 2-punch scenario, and then came down to the bottom of the 7th inning. And, man, and we didn't give up. I'll tell you that. We didn't give up to the end, and we did take the L. But that is what I'm trying to teach them in this program, is that it's never to give up. There's always a fight for another inning. Keep going, and that is what the message I'm giving to them in this program, is to keep going.
Well, man, I can hear it in your voice. You know, we like to say a ugly loss is okay, but it is, in my opinion, because you can build from that. Like you said, you've seen some things that are very promising. So what has been the focus for the team on the offseason?
Definitely discipline. Discipline's a very big thing. In the past, we've let kind of bad attitudes and whatnot take advantage of us. Especially the mentality of the team. And this year, especially like last night, they got to witness a positive dugout in full force throughout the whole game.
How hungry is this team, in your opinion, to change the narrative of the program?
They're the hungriest I've ever seen them. The hungriest I've ever seen.
That's great. So who are some impact players we should know about?
On the bump, definitely Cade and Gary. Next, Dixon Amon. They are both big threats in our program. Our senior Rollin holds his own on the stick. So definitely, and we got guys that are stepping up that haven't in the past and really producing.
So what areas you think you needed to improve coming in from the offseason to make you guys better?
Definitely a little bit of the stick, but mostly defense. Defense we kind of struggled in the past a lot with. Just little errors that really open wounds up and just let it bleed out, you know. But definitely defense for sure. And I think we've started this season so far better than we ended last season. I'll say that.
That's a fine compliment for the players to hear. So let's go into pitching. How has the pitching rotation in game one, and how have you set the rotation for the Tigers this year?
Man, it's tough. You know, we had a game plan this week, and tomorrow we have a kid that's out already with the flu.
Oh wow!
And that takes a hit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh man, so you go back to the drawing board. I mean, every game's a situation. You know, some things don't go as planned, and you know, and that's where we are right now.
Well, can't deal with Mother Nature, man. That's what's bad. We live in South Louisiana. It's cold in the morning, and it's hot in the middle of the day, and it's cold by night. So, and look, I can tell you, I've been sneezing all week, so I can tell you. So, what culture are you building within the program as the new coach?
Gentlemen.
Say it again.
Gentlemen.
There you go.
Gentlemen. Definitely gentlemen. Like, I mean, they see it already. The staff, like talking to the staff at school last night, they were very, very proud of them for the way they acted and the way they held themselves accountable. You know, they didn't bring themselves down and be negative.
Well, that's a testament to you, because they starting to believe in what you bring, and that's they want to do the things to become successful players. So, how are you preparing for this tough Parish competition? Let's talk about the Parish team. How were you prepared, and give me your assessment on how good the Parish team should be.
I mean, Breaux is, you know, just as Cecilia, both top notch, you know, and we definitely kind of look up to them. We definitely, you know, want to beat them. You know, we work striving hard for it, but they are tough programs, definitely.
Well, that's why we're St. Martin Parish, man. We have some great athletes, man. As you notice, in quite a few sports, you've always getting one in and out of college, and so it's amazing just for them to come back. And a lot of them, I say this, a lot of them knack of St. Martin Parish when you look at, they always think it's football or basketball, but we have some good athletes all around. I mean, just recent at Breaux High, we had a girl volleyball jersey retired, and nobody realized she was a professional volleyball player. Just like, with our cheerleading, this is why we at Sports Talk, we decided to do that, because everybody deserves a piece of the pie. All right? They got to take some memories back. So I hope you guys are really enjoying a little bit that we are doing here for you guys. So, Coach, what do you want the community of St. Martinville to know about you and the team on and off the field?
Basically, I say this all the time, we're trying to change the culture with these young men into the workforce when they leave this program, where they are better men, they're better employees, to their bosses, respectable, and they come back and like Coach Gabe said earlier, 10 years, I'm gonna let you know. Definitely something that's out my motto as well. 10 years from now, see these kids and these men, shaking my hand and saying, Coach, thank you for helping and making a difference in my life.
Man, y'all might be going on to the save school. I might find out where y'all going, but no, y'all are absolutely right. We're going to bring the players in. We're going to ask y'all pick up the microphone, introduce yourself, and what position you play in classification.
Ron Salwa, I play first base, class of 23.
Fix the name on. I play third base, class of 27.
All right, guys, what has been your personal focus in doing the off season?
So, back to what Coach said, the biggest thing to us was attitudes and stuff in the dugout and stuff. That was what brought it down the most, to me, and just improving that helped us have a better attitude and helps us play better.
All right, and what was your personal?
Mainly just giving everything I had. I don't want to leave anything that I could have gave, but I didn't, and I lived through it there.
All right, any personal goal that you guys set for yourself or for the team?
Just hit good, make good plays.
All right. Hey, that's what it's all about, man. That's how we're going to win games. We can't win a game by making mistakes. I can tell you that. Coach will be having a fit down inside. How is Coach? How do y'all enjoy the new coach? I know you had been there a while as the assistant coach, but Now he's steering the bus. How do you feel about Coach LeBlanc being the head guy?
It's different. Like you could tell it's a lot different. Like with other coaches, it was more like with him, it's more like we know what we are expected to do. Like before, it was kind of just like not a whatever, but
Right.
just But now
It's totally
more,
different.
Like yeah, we know what we supposed to be doing.
So how are you guys going to set the tone this year for the team? You being a representative now to speak, so you got to be able to speak in that locker room or in the dugout. So how are you guys going to set the tone?
Just tell the guys, give 100% every time. Do the best you can, and yeah.
All right. Well, do you guys have a funny moment about Coach LeBlanc? Don't want to share? No? He's always serious there, man. Huh?
Well, no, not really.
Oh, we can't talk about it?
Well, just like joking around,
Hey.
just being able to. Not really. It's not even seeing him as a coach. It's more as somebody you like to be around, and like it makes it more fun to play the game.
Right. He's not just a coach. He's a friend, also a mentor. Well, Coach, anything you guys would like to touch on that I might have not touched on for the Tigers?
Not really.
I thought, hey,
We
man,
pretty much covered everything.
this is why we're.
Trying to change the program. That's it, man. Make better young men.
Well, hey, we want to wish you guys good luck. I know you guys are all participating in the Cecilia baseball tournament, so hopefully we get a chance to catch one of the game. Obviously, still basketball, and I do assist on the basketball team, but we want to thank you guys for coming out. I know it was short notice. We wish you the best of luck, Coach. Guys, we wish you guys the best of the luck and the rest of the team. Coach, any closing comment?
Man, good luck to each and every one of y'all guys. I hope the best, and I hope a safe and injury-free season. I know I just heard y'all have one go down this week, but prayers to y'all definitely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the same morning for the Tigers. Head coach Dustin McGuire, guys. Thank you very much for the screen share. Thank you, Darren. Thank you. All right, thank you, guys. All right, that was St. Martinville Tigers, man. Head coach Dustin LeBlanc, we wish you the best of luck. He's driving the bus now. All right, but Coach Jamie made it there. Yeah, there you go, Coach Jamie. All right, we're going to bring up head baseball coach Jamie Colley. Family ovation. Come on out here, Coach Jason Falk and Coach Jamie Colley, man. Thank y'all for coming out. You should be okay. You should be on, Coach. Yes, sir. Man, thank you guys for coming out. You on. What? Get up. Say hello to everybody.
Hello, everyone. Thank you all for coming out and supporting our St. Martin Parish athletes, coaches. We appreciate the support you guys give to every program.
Well, thank y'all for coming out. I know it was short notice, but I wanted to try to get the guys before the season really kicked off. And first and foremost, man, Jason Funk, assistant baseball coach, and Jason Bonans, also one of the coaches. Did I miss anybody?
No, sir.
All right. So look, once again, welcome to Sports Talk, man. Coach, you was a 19 seed last year, and you went into playoff. You lost to Minden. How that loss motivated you guys coming into this season?
Well, we had 4 seniors from last year's group, so we have a majority of our guys returning. We have 7 seniors this year. Very good experience. I think we're going to build on that. And actually, I mean, with the scrimmages we had, and also, last night, it showed a lot with the character of the group that we had. We kind of preach some of the building blocks we have in our program, just accountability, responsibility, just, all those little things like that. And with our players holding each other accountable, it meant a lot. Like last night, just a little body language. It went from last night. I think we brought 32 players. We played JV. The biggest thing was from the end of the dugout to the beginning of the dugout. Just walking back and forth. It it made the job much easier. Just letting our guys hold each other accountable and have a little responsibility on each board.
So you picked up a big win. Let's share where you went last night and what was the final score.
Now we played Liberty High School and we played actually at Traction Sports Complex. Colton Faulkner, our starting pitcher, went 3 1/3, 4 1/3. And then, Jacob Briscoe came in and Jonathan Shane came in to finish it. Just try early in the year like that, Coach Scotty was just, you try to, get everybody a couple reps, not trying to overdo their, we monitor their pitching, their pitch count. So anyway, we started off 2-0. We started off hot. Those guys were energized. They came back. I think our guys held their composure and played very well. We were patient, which is going to be a big part of our games this year, and just kind of playing a little small ball, just putting a little pressure on them, and just scored a couple runs.
So in my opinion, every time you open up the season, the first game is always a good win. How big, in your opinion, was that opening up and on the road and winning against a good program as Liberty? How big, in your opinion, to start the season off with a win like that?
Just my opinion, it's it's pretty much first game jitters. It's everyone, but I think once the guys settled in, they really showed a lot. After probably the third inning, you could see them really settling in, and just just how we practice. We try to practice a lot of times, or in practice with a lot of competitive stuff. Man, it kind of showed last night, just the competition we do. We, again, just that keep going back, but accountability, just kind of, the point system that we kind of let the players do. It's fun. I think it really showed at the end of the game last night, just to put those guys away.
Well, let's say this. We all work together, so I want to say you guys do an outstanding job because, number one, we share a lot of the athletes. So I see that. So the kids jump from sports to sports, don't get enough time off, but that's the type of athletes we have there at Cecilia. The guys do a great job to jump into sports. So what strength does this year's team bring, Coach? I don't know if you want to answer that, Coach Fall, but what strength?
I just, I have couple things, that this team has of strengths, but I really want to, say this about this senior class is that it's probably a special moment with Coach Falk, because actually pretty much of our seniors is a group that he took when they were younger. And, it's a special moment for him just because his son's a senior. He has the opportunity to coach those guys. Again, kind of like what these coaches say, head coach is just a title. But I think having Coach Falk, Coach Bonnet, that's like, 3 head coaches. But I think the opportunity tonight, of course, with all of these athletes in St. Martin Parish, but I think Coach Falk could pretty much speak on, some of the things, because it's a special moment for him.
Okay, Coach, we're going to bring you in. I can see you tearing up, but how special is this moment for you? Like Coach Jamie said, you had these kids since they were young, and they're about to leave, fly away, man. So tell me what's going through your mind.
Yeah, it's been really special watching these kids grow. It's probably about,
Yeah, just turn it, make sure it's facing there. Oh, there you go. Right. Speak up loud. Let us hear you, Coach. Let us hear you.
JD and set me up. Yeah. That's good. Taping him to the desk when he was fresh. We're not going to talk about that. All right. No, it's a special moment. Watching these kids grow. I was, since they were in T-ball, I coached them for T-ball, and then we kind of split and it wasn't split, but I wasn't really coaching because I had my own things going on. And right around 11, 12 years old, I took them and we formed a team, and watching these kids grow from that age and the strides they made and the most important part, watching them grow into responsible young men. And the leadership, you can really see it. We have a very, very good mix of older guys and younger guys. We have some younger guys that are going to be really special and they're going to be really good, but they have to have leadership in front of them. And that's probably the most proud part of all of it, is watching them lead these young guys and show them, how it's done, why it's done this way. And it's respected on both ends, I believe.
Well, you set the tone with you guys being great mentor since day one, and I guess they followed your lead, and that's what they're supposed to do when you have a great mentor. But I want to touch on this. Colton is Coach Jason's son. Man, it's so special. You won the state title in football with your son, and now you're trying to chase one in baseball. How gratifying would that be, just to send him off? Even though you don't win it, just how gratifying has it been coaching your child in high school?
Yeah, it's been super gratifying. Obviously, coaching these other guys with Colton all these years, it's like I look at them all as they're my own. And, that's the biggest thing. They're all like an extension of my children. But obviously having Colton on the team is really special to me. And I look forward to a lot of success. Success or not, the number one goal is that he goes on to be a productive human being, and he's a respectful human being, and he has the character that baseball builds. Football and baseball and any sport in high school, it builds more than just the athlete. It builds the mind, and it builds your future. And if you can handle all of these failures that, when you play baseball, I've got to tell you, I know the parents, you watch your kids. Not to say anything, but it's really, really hard when you're a coach and you watch your kid fail. And the thing is, he needs to fail because he needs failure to grow. But at the same time, it's really, really hard. But the success and his character and all of these kids that I helped coach when they were younger, watching their character, come to fruition after all these years is the number one priority behind all of this.
Well, man, I know the feeling because I've coached a lot of kids over the years, and just to watch them leave, and they're coming back, but it's just to say goodbye for that moment. If you care about what you do, I always say this: if you coach for a career, kids are gonna love you. You just coaching for a job, kids are not gonna love you. So you just 100%. And I've always said that, and I love it when I'm in the grocery store or somewhere and one of the kids holler. Now, sometimes I forget their name, but we dealt with so many. So, Coach Jamie, how has the team chemistry grown since last season, in your opinion?
It started, I know those guys, after the last game, have to go on to football, especially our football, baseball guys. But we started a week later, and just maybe had a big chip on our shoulder, just to stay hungry and, work more. And just keep it in your mind. And I think our fall was really a telling point of what this team was how it was gonna be. Those guys had football, but it was just a work ethic and just those guys staying after. And it showed last night. It really did. I think one of the coaches mentioned it, is that we got to stay healthy. We have depth, which that's probably the first time in a while. We really have great depth, but we have to stay healthy because that one guy could change the dynamic of what we trying to do with our guys.
So what are your team goals and expectations for the Bulldogs?
I let Coach Falk answer that because this is, like I said, because I want, again, it's, these seniors, it's so special because it's with.
So in your opinion, Coach, what are the team goals and the expectations?
Well, obviously we want to succeed. We want to beat everybody. We want to win every game. And unfortunately, we participate and coach in a game that, success is hard to come by. This game has grown so much over the years, and our goal is to have our guys as prepared as they can be, and make the furthest trip possible. Obviously, everybody wants to win a state championship, and that is our number one goal. Okay, parish championship, district championship. We want to win a state championship, and that's the way we prepare every day. If we get to that goal and we accomplish it, that's great. But at the end of the day, like Coach Gabe, Coach Dustin, Coach Jamie preach, we want to see these guys 10 years from now. We want to see where they are.
How would you define a successful season for the Bulldogs?
A healthy season, a season where we compete hard, we show up every day and we grind. That's what this game is about. It's about the grind. Everybody that participates, what kind of grind you're in, and that's what it's about. I want to see us grind. I want to see us compete. I want to see us play hard. I want to see us represent the green and gold the way we know how.
Well, I know these guys are going to represent the green and gold because I watch them walk down the hallway just about every day, and they are some great young men. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come right back. We're going to bring in some of your senior players, and we'll be right back with the Cecilia Bulldog baseball coaches, Jamie Colley and Jason Falk. Be right back with the club band. All right, welcome back to Sports Talk. I'm Coach Scotty Burrell, man. We are here with the seniors of the baseball Bulldogs, the senior Bulldogs, that is. We want to thank head coach Jamie Colley and assistant coach Jason Falk for earlier commentating. Man, senior years, guys, we want you guys to introduce yourself and let them know what position you play. Let's start from here, from my right to left.
Number 9, right field.
Jacob Briscoe, number 3, and I play third and I pitch.
Colton Falk, number 7, pitch, and I play first base.
Aiden Uze, number 8, and I play second and pitch.
Colin Dory, number 6, and I catch and play short.
Alex Potter, number 15, and I play right field.
All right, guys, welcome to Sports Talk. See you guys a lot down the hallway. Don't get a chance to speak as much, but you know what? It's all love. But here we go. Your senior year, man, is a great group of young men. What are the expectations and personal goals for each and every one of you guys? We'll start from right to left.
It's rather just to leave everything out on the field and give it all.
Yeah, I think we just should just all just stay together. I mean, on and off the field, just stay connected. And I'm very excited for this year. Man.
I say one of the biggest things is we all want to go out there and be dominant with each other. A big talk I had with some of the guys was just let loose. Let's go out there and have fun this year. And that's really the biggest thing. I think a lot of us put a lot of pressure on ourselves because I think most of us think we have to do it on our own, but we have guys behind us that can help each other out. And that's really the biggest thing.
Aiden?
I think body language and just overall how you bring yourself about, kind of like Coach Falk and Coach Jay said, baseball is a game of failure. No matter how you play, how you do, how good of a ball player you are, you're going to experience failure. We've seen success, we've seen failure, and I think a big part about that is just bouncing back from whatever happens and playing your best.
Well, to be a winner, you got to lose. Trust me. You're never going to. That's not too many teams that are going to have perfect undefeated season. If that happens, hey, you're making history. But to be a winner, you got to lose. And what are some of your personal focus for this season?
I think a big goal for our team should be just to keep our mind focused on our end goal and to stay together and stay focused.
Just get everybody better. Don't be selfish. And just play as a team.
Man, you got to have, because like Coach Jamie said, if one person goes out, it could mess up the dynamic. If one person plays selfish, it could mess up the dynamic. So, Coach, how does it feel representing your school in the first Sports Talk Showcase for baseball? How did it feel?
Feels good. I'm just glad we could be a part of this as a team. Not just a few guys, but it's everybody.
Well, I'm going to put you and Aiden on the spot. Hey, everybody know Aiden mom is our boss principal at Cecilia High. Look out there and look, man, you represent a mom of the family. How personal is that for you knowing that your mom is the leader of the school and it represents everybody? How personal is that to you? And how do you feel representing Cecilia? Even though we all live in Breaux. Yeah, all right.
You know, I think it's special. You know, she does a great job at her school, and I feel like she's a great figure for me. I get to see it firsthand at the school, and that brings on to baseball and everything and success, and just getting to work. You know, gotta do it.
You're never late though, huh? Can't be late, huh? You can't be late, huh? You can't be late. You're always on time. But great, no, we love Mama, the great leader here at Cecilia. Coach, we going to you. Playing for your dad, man. I watched you guys share the tears and winning the state title. I watched you guys, when we failed, shed tears the year before. But how special and gratifying knowing, hey, Dad, we could chase a baseball title together.
It's very special, they do have his moments, it can get rough at practice, but there's nothing I would trade it for, I'm just glad I can spend it with my dad. I'm glad I can spend it with my coaches and my teammates.
Well, we're going to go turn to the players down here. Coach Falk is like a dad to y'all. He done said it, man. I watched these guys go from here to here to here. How gratifying having Coach Falk in your life, not only as a coach, but as a mentor and a father figure.
It's really great. Coach Falk, he has always been there for us. If we ever need anything, he was always one fall away. And he really showed us how to be a good adult, how to always chase our dreams. And it's nice that we get to still play with him, and now we just all have a family.
And anybody would love to share how important Coach Falk has been to them throughout your high school or throughout your career?
Like Coach Falk was saying earlier, growing up, we played all together on the same baseball team. So it kept us all close. We was always hanging out together outside of sports and outside of baseball. But it just kept us together as a team, and I feel like that's really dragging out to baseball today.
Well, believe it or not, that is very, very important. You build trust. And that's very important when you're out there knowing that, hey, you got my back, I got your back, and we can go out there and fight for the green and gold or whatever color that you are representing. So, guys, what makes this year's team so special? Anyone would like to share?
I feel like it's the unity. We're a very unified group, in baseball and outside of baseball. We all hang out and stuff, and overall we're just really a close-knit type of family. And I feel like carries on to the baseball field. We all want the same thing. We all chasing the same goal. And, we all seen success and we've seen failure, and it's just about how we bounce back, and, we're gonna turn heads.
Wait, I want to be there with you. Anybody else want to share why this team is so special?
Yeah, I'm gonna just go off of Aiden. I think it's really the mentality. You see a player make a bad play in the field, makes an error, he gets down on himself. Like Coach Day always preaches, keep the chin above the Adam's apple. You always see a guy, you always see a teammate, go and pick him up, go and talk to him in the dugout. So what, next pitch? When your opportunity comes, make the play next time.
Well, we want to wish you guys the best of luck. But we got to put you on the spot. Anybody got a funny Coach Jamie moment or Coach Falk moment? No? You can say it now. Y'all seeing this.
I think Coach Jay is just, he's a family member to us. 1 second we're getting chewed out, the next second he's right there joking with us and stuff. He's just a guy that we could call family. We could always fall back on, even 10 to 15 years from now. We could always call on him, and that's just how it is.
When it's all said and done, that final pitch, that final swing, and you get back into the dugout and you know it's over, what would you say to Coach Falk and Coach Kali?
And I would just say thank you. Even though, however we ended, they helped me to be the person I am today. And if I didn't experience them throughout my life, I wouldn't be where I am right now and where I will be. Wow. They all helped us become the people we are.
And I know it's tough, but look at your dad over there. Look at Coach Tanner. What will be the message to him?
I wouldn't be here where I am today without them. I give my biggest thanks to them. Every time I needed something, every time I went through a struggle, failure, I always had them two to talk to, and I'm forever grateful for that.
And don't forget Grandpa, Coach Hart. Gotta love him. That's my guy. He was my high school coach back in the days, man. Love him. But guys, anything you want to touch on that I probably had not touched on? All right, we want to wish you guys the best of luck. We know you guys are going to be successful people in the community wherever you reside and wherever college you decide to go to. Because a lot of these kids, I got to say this, they probably speak for most of these players in here. You are very good students, and that's known from facts, you know, because I work at Cecilia, or you wouldn't be wearing that hat. So I already know that. So we want to wish you guys good luck the rest of the week. We're going to see you guys tomorrow at school. I hope. Well, you got a baseball game, so you better come to school. So we're going to close the show. You can stay here with me. Let me get out. Let my Cecilia guys close the show. Guys, we want to thank everybody for coming out. Man, there was the first baseball showcase. Never did it. Never didn't know how it was going to turn out, but I want to thank each and every one who came out to support this. Sports Talk, we're going to continue to follow you guys the rest of the season. Maybe if anybody would want to do an in-person interview, want to share a story or share their career story, give us a call. We don't mind doing it. We're going to be there to support you guys. Once again, we wish you the best of luck. I want to thank the Breaux head coach, Gabe Carbier, and the staff. I want to thank Coach Jamie Colley and his staff, the Cecilia Bulldog baseball coach, and I want to thank Coach Dustin LeBlanc and the St. Martinville staff for coming out. Thank you all the players and parents who attended. I hope you enjoyed. It was for you guys, and I continue to support the Sports Talk would be blessful, and I hope so. What a night for St. Martin Parish baseball. 3 proud programs, guys. 3 hungry teams, and 1 unforgettable showcase. Breaux, Cecilia, St. Martinville are looking for you to build and get yourself back into the playoff. When St. Martinville, you come on back, we know you're going to make that playoff run. So, Coach, we want to wish you luck. Look, we got a lot of talent here. Passion is here. Parish baseball is alive and strong. Go out and support these kids. A lot of baseball, a lot of good teams in the area, a lot of good athletes, I want to say, in the area. And you know what's more important? I can't wait till we play against each other, a rivalry, because I'm hearing Coach Falk messing with Coach Williams right here, Coach Jamie. So it makes it fun where you can do a little bit of trash talking, but respectively. So, guys, we want to thank everybody for coming out. I'm Coach Scotty Burrell. I like to say either you can't or you don't want. And good night to everyone. Please join us to Sports Talk. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody.
Scotty B.
It's Sports Talk with Scotty Burrell.
Either you can or you don't want.
It's Sports Talk with Scotty Burrell.
We go hard in the paint, homeboy, you better bring it. Sports Talk, a conversation with Coach Scotty Burrell. Either you can or you don't want.
Welcome to 2 Lee Graphic Visions Design, your trusted creative partner in Lafayette, Louisiana. Serving Acadiana and surrounding areas, we specialize in professional logos, branding, flyers, and event promotions. We pride ourselves on quality, creativity, and personalized service to meet your unique needs. Partner with 2 Lee Graphic Vision Design, where your vision becomes powerful, professional visuals.